Hello, today I'm going to talk about deltoid muscle. In accordance with anatomical limitations, the deltoid is a paired muscle of mammal with a triangular appearance. It is from his last characteristic that the origin of its name is found, due to the delta-shaped triangular shape. We can define the deltoid as a triangular or hollow semicone muscle that covers the proximal limbs to the number, surrounds the shoulder joint and a shoulder girdle at a humeral shaft. In other words, they are muscles that connect the upper limbs to the spinal column. It is a muscle typical of mammals, so in addition to humans, animals of this class also have it only because of their anatomy it is arranged differently. Ubication. Deltoid muscle it is named for its shapes, similar to the Greek letter delta. It is a long-hauled muscle originating in three well-differentiated parts: the clavicle, the acromion, and the spinal process of the scapula. Functions. The deltoid is a muscle that moves and gives stability to the shoulder joint. The movements of his muscle can act as antagonists and synergists. It all depends on the positions of the humerus and the specific part of the muscle. This muscle concentrates as a wide range of shoulder movements due to its location at the great weight of the muscle fibers. However, these functions can be summarized as flexion, extension, abduction, adduction, and internal external rotations. Parts. It is divided into three parts that must be considered as separate muscle. Anterior portions. Shoulder difficult, it is the primary motor for flexion and horizontal flexions, and an accessory motor from abduction and internal rotation. It helps the respiratory system. Middle portion, primary motor of abduction and a vertical extension. Posterior portion, primary motor of the horizontal extensions and accessory motor of the extensions, abduction and external rotations. Data to know. Many of shoulder injuries are usually attributed to the deltoid, but it's not always the main culprit. Among the most common injuries are the following: supraacromial impingement syndrome. It is a syndrome of wear on the rotator cuff. Those who suffer from it have pain and loss of strength in the shoulder, with a high risk of tendon rupture. Rotator cuff tendonitis. It is affected to the supraspinatus tendon and sometimes the rest of the cuff tendon. When this type of injury exists, the person has acute tendinitis, pain and inflammation that its left rest can become chronic. It occurs after a demanding physical effort. Calcified tendonitis. When a person suffers from calcified tendonitis, he usually suffers from acute tendonitis with an abrupt onset and great pain. The causes may be genetic or a consequence and sequela of metabolic disorder. Rotator cuff tear, whether due to accident trauma, traumatic dislocation, or fatigue trauma. In the case of the athlete, a torn rotator cuff causes sudden pain and inability to raise the arm. In all of these injuries, the deltoid is involved in the foreground and background. Thanks.